State health officials say that both Minnesotans with COVID-19 are on the mend and at home. So far, those are the only positive cases out of 82 tested. The Minnesota Department of Health is hopeful both of them will not spread because the patients are staying at home alone. Still, the department is reaching out to people who had contact with those patients before they were diagnosed. Nationwide, more than 560 people have the virus. 22 people have died.
In a show of unity, a bill to provide $21 million to fight the virus is moving quickly through the Minnesota legislature today. The Republican-controlled Senate quickly approved the measure, and now the Minnesota House is expected to give it the green light. The governor could sign it as early as tomorrow. The money would go to the Minnesota Department of Health for staffing, laboratory needs, and protective equipment.
I think it bodes well for Minnesota. They got on this immediately. They're working in a totally nonpartisan manner.
As we move forward, just know that we have a plan, that the House, the Senate, and the governor are working together to enact each step of the way that we need to do. We expect more cases, but we're going to be able to navigate through it.
Leaders also agree they will likely have to pass more assistance depending on the size of an outbreak here in the state.
Fears over the virus caused another dramatic day on Wall Street. Stock prices plummeted so quickly that trading was stopped for 15 minutes. The Dow sank 7.8%, which is the steepest drop since the financial crisis of 2008. Another big problem today was oil prices. Those markets collapsed after Saudi Arabia said it plans to ramp up production as demand for oil is dropping. Today's halt in trading was the first in 2 decades.
We want to remind you of the symptoms of COVID-19. They include fever and coughing, like what you would feel with a cold or flu, but here's a symptom that is different: shortness of breath. If you think you're sick, you should call your doctor before you go to the hospital. It's important to note that most people who get COVID-19 have mild symptoms and will recover. You can also call the Minnesota Department of Health if you have questions about COVID-19, and that number is right there at the bottom of your screen. The hotline is open every day from 8 until 4:30. More to come on COVID-19, including an update on spring break travel. That story this evening at 6 o'clock.